Dear viewers, Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of the News Bulletin. In the headlines today, SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant and ODRAF, Government of Odisha, jointly organize state-level mock exercise on chemical disaster. Fond farewell accorded to superannuating employees at SAIL RSP. And SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant imparts mushroom cultivation training to villagers from peripheral blocks. And now, the news in detail. A state-level chemical disaster mock exercise was conducted across 23 nominated locations industries across the state in 16 districts. Mock exercise on gas leakage was successfully conducted at Coke Oven Battery 6 premises of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP on 28 February 2025 in association with Odisha State Disaster Management Authority with an aim to enhance preparedness to meet any eventuality arising out of chemical disaster. A part of statutory requirement, the exercise was done to assess the efficacy of on-site and off-site disaster management system of RSP and the personnel associated with it. The exercise was conducted in the presence of Mr. Biswaranjan Pallai, ED Works, Mr. Rabi Narayan Sahu, ADM Sundargarh, Ashwini Kumar Panda, Deputy Collector Emergency Sundargarh, Mrs. Nibedita Pradhan, Incident Commandant, Tehsildar Rourkela, Mr. Bibhu Prasad, Deputy Director F&B, Mr. Subendhu Kumar Raut, Assistant Director F&B, Dr. A.K. Malik, RO, SPCB and team, Mr. Ashok Jalwania, Senior Commandant CISF and team, Mr. Bikash Patro, SODIC, Mr. Rakesh Joshi, CGM, CO and CCD, Mrs. Asha Kartha, CGM Safety and Fire Services, and Mr. Abakash Behra, GM Safety RSP, and many other senior officers of RSP, CISF and ODRAF, State Fire Services, FM and TM Department, Medical and Police teams, and members from Department of Industry. The exercise was well appreciated by the state authorities and Odisha State Disaster Management Authority during the review-cum-feedback session. Speaking on this occasion, Mr. Pallai highlighted the importance of conducting such exercises, which helps to identify emergency gaps, validate response plans and find improvement areas. The other dignitaries also applauded the whole exercise and suggested further improvements in certain areas and lauded the coordinated multi-agency team efforts. 3 teams, namely the combat team, rescue team and auxiliary team comprising members from ODRAF, Fire Services and CISF took part in the mock exercise conducted on the topic Coke Oven gas leakage in Coke Oven Battery 6 cellar area. 2 persons were exposed to carbon monoxide gas and shifted to First Aid Center at IGH. 3 persons were exposed during the evacuation process, recovered after being given first aid at emergency assembly point, and 20 persons who had minor exposure were shifted to Ispat Nidan Kendra, the Triage Center, for health checkup. Notably, such mock safety drills are being organized in strategic units of RSP from time to time to maintain a high level of preparedness for tackling any eventuality. Mr. Abakash Behra coordinated the program while Ms. Asha Kartha proposed a vote of thanks. The executives and employees who superannuated from the company's service on 28 February 2025 were accorded fond farewell at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant. A farewell function was organized at Civic Center in which a warm send-off was accorded to 44 employees. The presence of the spouses and family members of the superannuating employees made it a memorable occasion for all. Mr. Hiralal Mahapatra, CGM Environment and Utilities, was the chief guest, while Dr. P.K. Sahu, GM in charge HRCF, was the guest of honor of the function and presented gifts and service certificates to the superannuating employees. Present on the occasion were other senior officers of the plant. Ms. Jyoti Oria, AGM HR, presented a formal vote of thanks and coordinated the program along with Mr. Sibabrata Sahu, Junior Manager HRER and Human Resource Employee Relations Team. Another function was organized at Ispat General Hospital in which Dr. R.R. Mohanty, CMO MNHS, presented the service certificate and token of appreciation to Dr. Narad Pandit, additional CMO, who superannuated from his services on 28 February. Ms. Meera Pati, Assistant Manager MNHS, coordinated the function. A similar function was organized at Odisha Group of Mines at Kalta Club of Kalta Iron Mines. Mr. Suresh Ranjan Panda, Senior Manager KIM, handed over the gifts and service certificates to Mr. B.K. Raut, Chargeman, Mechanical. Mr. A.K. Sahu, Deputy Manager KIM, coordinated the function. Farewell functions were organized in various departments to bid adieu to the employees who superannuated after rendering decades of service to the organization. In the month of February, 2 batches comprising 40 persons altogether were trained in Dingri mushroom cultivation in 2 different training programs held by CSR Department of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP at Institute of Periphery Development IPD. 20 persons from Latikata, Relaposh and Kadrabeda villages were trained on 13th and 14th February 2025. Dr. Deepa Lavangare, Deputy CMO TE Public Health, presided over the valedictory function and handed over the certificates to the trainees for successful completion of the training program. Yet another set of training was imparted on 17th and 18th February, where 20 villagers from Birkera and Khaibar villages of Latikata block took part. Mr. Sanjay Deo, GMRS, presided over the valedictory function and handed over the certificates to the trainees for successful completion of the training program. The trainees were provided with theoretical inputs, practical demonstrations and hands-on training for mushroom cultivation. After the completion of the training program, each trainee was given self-made mushroom growing kit bag and a bottle of mushroom seeds to cultivate at their respective places and motivate others for the same. All the trainees expressed their satisfaction at the end of the training. Mr. T. Vengra and Mr. B. Ekka, the master trainers from the CSR department, along with the trained mushroom training instructor, Ms. Kamala Topo of Suman SHG from Dalposh village, conducted the training sessions. The valedictory functions was conducted in the presence of Ms. Munmun Mitra, GM in charge CSR, who highlighted the various CSR activities of RSP. In both the functions, Mr. A. N. Pati, AGM CSR, welcomed the gathering, while Ms. Richa Sudhiram, Manager CSR, proposed a formal vote of thanks. The functions were coordinated by Mr. B. Ekka, Senior Field Assistant CSR and CSR team. That's all for today's news bulletin. Namaskar.